Okay, welcome to our presentation. We are from Solution Consulting. So today I'm gonna present about LAMSLEY Healthcare. So we have a 6-member, and this is our agenda. So firstly, about the company overview, Mir Raju gonna present about it.
Hello, this is Mir Raju. I'll give you a little idea about LAMSLEY Childcare. Okay, the company has been registered as a charity in 1992, and its mission to help parents to balance their work and the family, committed by providing quality and fun-filled childcare during school holidays. The offering is breakfast club, after-school club, and holiday childcare. The financial data is total income annually 487,903, and total expenditure is 477,360. Okay, so this company has 3 main competitors, and the positioning is highly skilled management committee and competitive price and premium quality childcare service. The management is been managed by board of director and limited company with charitable status. Market segmentation, geographically it's located in Gateshead in Newcastle, and demographic is young parents who is 35 to 45, dual income families. Target parents with child over 5 years old and ages 35 to 55 years old. High income should be 60,000 annually, and lifestyle targeted to the busy, modern, looking for premium childcare for their children. Thank you. The next will be discussed by Tisa.
Hello, my name is Togzhan, and I'm here to explain the audit of external environment. Here's the analysis of childcare industry. So this market includes both government-sponsored and the private childcare services. Also, this market includes the subsidies and the direct benefits transfers by government to childcare providers. One of the key trends for this market will be the rising demand for high-value services. Also, the Asia Pacific is the largest market for childcare, accounting for 38.4% of the global market. The market is expected to grow to $520 billion by 2022. Next slide. Thank you. Here is the competitors' analysis of 3 different companies in the same industry: the LAMSLEY Childcare, the Valley Nursery and Kids Club, and the Chill Out Time Childcare. Here we describe their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The strengths of the LAMSLEY Childcare and the Chill Out Time Childcare, they have a pretty enough experience in this industry, around 20 years. What we can say about the Valley Nursery, but they have own strengths like highly rated facilities. They have also safe and secure locations. In case of weaknesses, LAMSLEY Childcare has more arrays than the 2 other different companies. For example, they have only 1 location, staff not involved in the business decision making. Also, they have a lack of communication with the company. Consequently, they can expand the location, also increase the salary for company. Also, they can give the employee power to make decision. In the case of the 2 other companies, for example, the Valley Nursery, they should expand the children age since they have an age limited for children. Also, the Chill Out Time Childcare, they should develop the digital presence such as social media and the website. Since they have a lack of information on the digital presence. And regarding the trades, COVID has caused a lot of problems in the business, like communication and effectiveness due to lack of staff, which brings to the business at stake. Thank you. Next slide is gonna be about pastel analysis. My colleague Kadeeja, she will explain it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tisa. And pastel, political stability. The concerned company can enjoy political stability in the country, and rules and regulations will support the company to develop the trust value of the parents and decreasing of government funding of charities and antitrust laws related to the customer services. The anti-corruption laws and terrific laws in the UK is very strong, and in economical, GDP of the UK is expected to grow by 3.8%. The UK inflation jumped to a 30 years of high 6.2% in the year of February 2020. The cost of living in the UK helped the people to develop childcare planning, probably to invest the childcare institution of the children. And in social, over a third third of working adults, 36% of reported having working from home, and unemployment rate is 6.9% and falling number of children aged 12 or under. And in technology, competency of IT using among staffs and online training packages for staffs and affordable IT resources like the UK education technologies. Business sectors is the emerging sector, and technology innovation digitalization provides more Indian service to the concerned parents. And in environmental, carbon footprints, waste disposal and recycling. In waste management and recycling of the waste are given important by the UK government, and the parents are also aware of these. And illegal OFSTED regulations and inspection, like the Office for Standards in Education, Children's Service and Skills. And employment law regulations, the UK provides a right for the employees to get the minimum wage rate in the country. And thank you. Next, the budget analysis, my friend Salman going to present.
Thank you, Kadeeja. Coming to the budget analysis, like the UK families spend a third of their income on the childcare. Here we have a list like United Kingdom, New Zealand, Ireland, United States, Switzerland, Canada, Australia, France, Germany, Spain, Sweden. Here we have all ratio and statistics. A financial budget must be researched all list like 1,000 GDP of the initial development. Employee like welfare must be focused on the increased employee retention rate, increase of employee satisfaction. Here we have all childcare cost by region. We have all budget. Now my friend Cindy will be explaining our challenges.
So I'm going to present about the challenge currently, childcare sector challenge with the staffing. So there are two main challenge. Firstly, about the pay rate. So according to the plow pay directly impacted the employee to lead their employers. So according to the motivation hygiene theories, so his BAME said that the absence of the high pay contributes to decreased employees' motivation and satisfaction. It can be seen that the pay rates nowadays is really impacted the employee satisfaction. It is really challenging because currently the average childcare worker in salary in the UK is around 25,416 per year. And that's why LAMSLEY need to focus on to be aware that the underpaid service staff can lead to reduced employee satisfaction and potential repeats for the higher turnover rate. So that's why the company need to have the more strategy for the pay rate. And also after COVID-19, as you see, the cost living is increased. So that's why the people may have the chance to find the better opportunity with another job with that require low skill but higher paying. And the second challenge is lack of training and continuing professional development for practitioners. Firstly, about childcare worker, they are show according to the report of the STTech, the childcare workers show that a low level of knowledge about children, especially around approximately 67% said that they need training in the care and management in children with special needs, and half of this, like 57%, experience feeling of frustration associated with the working with special needs children because the lack of the training and resource. So practitioners in the UK don't have received amount of continuously professional development CDP, which is really challenging for the childcare sector because LAMSLEY need to be aware that employee can leave the child sector if they don't have enough the training or continuing professional development. So that's why we are come up with some recommendation before coming up with the recommendation. We have explain a little bit why the reason for deadline motivation for the employee. This is three main models. Is a major theory of motivation, motivation hygiene of BIM, and Maslow hierarchy. So three main models said that we need to, the ideal situation, we need to increase the high hygiene and high motivation for according to motivation hygiene. And for the major theory, we can improve the motivation for employee by recognition, communication, group activity. And the last one about Marshmallow, according to Mark Leo, he said that the theory said that the self-esteem needs of the employee can improve if they are recognized by management, and it increases their motivation as well. That's why we come up with some recommendation that the LAMSLEY can use a staff development plan. They can fill in their name, their position, and also veritable CPD our require. CDP is mean continuing professional development record. And we also use a personal development plan as well, as you can see here, to figure out what is their strength, what is their weakness, and what is the feedback from management to improve their employee. So the last but not least is how can we enhance staff satisfaction? According to Show et al. 2007, there are 5 ways. So firstly, about employee involvement. So LAMSLEY can involve the staff in decision making. For work-life balance, LAMSLEY can increase the employee paid holiday or organize outdoor bonding activity. The third thing about employee growth and development, as I say before, we can like create the continuous development record and provide more training. According to Maslow hierarchy needs of mention, the employee can achieve self-actualization by promotion, creativity, and challenge. The fourth thing is employee health and safety. LAMSLEY should create the safe environment and health environment for the employee to retain their satisfaction. And the last thing about employee recognition. So manager, according to major theory of motivation, mentioned the employee satisfaction can increase with better communication with their manager. So LAMSLEY Childcare can need timely, informal, or formal acknowledgement of the employee behavior, effort, or business result to increase the staff satisfaction. So my colleague Michael gonna present about the implementation plan, which is the last part today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cindy, for your take. So we have a couple of implementation plan, and number one is develop a communication plan. For every company to be very effective, a communication plan needs to be developed from the CEO to the staff. So it is very, very important for communication plan to be created from the top, which is LAMSLEY, to the staffs, and these are highlighted below. The next implementation plan is education training strategy, where it's very paramount to create a training strategy and educate the staff, regardless of how experienced they are. They still need to get acquainted with some trainings that will keep them up to date, that would make them not make some certain mistakes. And these trainings might be policy oriented, or maybe trainings to become a lot more better at their jobs. Next, please. The feedback system implementation. I think for every company to be effective, feedback implementation system must be installed, and we have 6. And the step 1 is to set a frequent feedback system. Regardless of whatever strategy you want to do, regardless of how you want to make the feedback system work, it has to be frequent. It has to be either online or offline, but it has to be frequent. Step 2 is making sure it's safe and secure. Confidentiality matters as well when it comes to this, and making sure your staffs are very confident when they are giving the feedback. Step 3 is to strike the right place and the right balance as well. Making sure the implementation system are in the right places, making sure it is balanced, like I said earlier, where they get to be unbiased when making their feedbacks. Step 4 is to normalize the feedback culture. Making sure it's very, very normal, making sure it is a standard that is practiced everywhere, all around the country, all around the world, making sure that the standard you are practicing has to be what it is generally acceptable in the UK, especially in Newcastle, where LAMSLEY is located. Step 5 is to create multiple channel feedbacks. Either online or offline, either through a box, either through direct communication, one-on-one with the HR or with the team leader or the line managers, making sure this feedback channels are very, very effective. And the last and not the least, feedback is fostering a feedback culture. Yes, like I said earlier, normalizing it, making sure that it is generally accepted everywhere. Like it's aligned in the other points. If it becomes a culture, yes, your staff feel more comfortable talking. They know it is something normal when you give a feedback on, when you get a feedback on whatever is working and what's not working. Next, please. And thank you very much for listening to our presentation.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm gonna stop.